back home for 48 hours and so was available to play in this game. As for Yorkshire, no Gough, no Silverwood, no Stemp, no Craig White, but Ryan Sidebottom, the England under-19 player, came into their lineup, and there was also a last appearance on Yorkshire soil for Peter Hartley before he was released by the county. Well, on a cracked and uneven-looking pitch, Kent won the toss. They decided to bat first, and let's pick up the action early in their innings.
11 without loss, 3 to each of the openers. Plenty of batting there in the Kent side. Alan Wells due to come in at 3. Graham Cowdrey, Elam, Fleming and Long. Super stroke. Timed quite beautifully and hit straight back up the hill for 4.
Oh. Beautifully timed. It's not a full half volley. He's hit that just on the up. Did it very well.
14 not out, Trevor Ward. He's 4th in the list of run scorers this season in the AXA Life League. So before this match, scored 525 runs this season, and he's got 4 more.
This is a typical Trevor Ward shot. He's prepared to go over the top, both sides, the offside and the leg side.
That's a good shot. I really am impressed by this bloke Smith. Every time I see him, he impresses me. And that's good running. Or is it? Oh, terrible mix-up there. There was a mid-pitch collision, it seemed, for a moment or two. And if the throw had been gathered in, that would have been it. So Yorkshire have let Kent off the hook, and Kent really did get themselves into all sorts of bother there for a moment.
It's a very nice shot. He's got beautifully into that. He's hit it through the gap. And they've chased very nicely, and they've made it into 3, but here we go, just watch. Whoops.
.50 up, no alarms with that single. But just for a moment, it was a comedy of errors.
See here that Ed Smith's looking at the ball. He's not actually looking at his partner. Managed just to slide off him in the end. So all's well that ends well, as if you're a Kent supporter.
Does Ed Smith impress you, Graham? You're involved in university cricket up at Durham.
He does, yeah. I like, but unfortunately, he's chipped that one straight to extra cover with a leading edge, which is quite unfortunate for Ed Smith, but a very nice dismissal for Fisher.
So Ed Smith departs. Kent 57 for 1.
You can see there he's looking to clip it through straight mid-wicket, and he's got a leading edge. The ball just gripped a little bit, and that's basically the first mistake he's made, but being a batsman, you only need to make one.
So Smith has gone for 20, 57 for 1. Alan Wells is the new batsman. We have another bowling change. Gavin Hamilton is the new bowler from the football ground end of the ground. Let's have a look at the end of Ed Smith.
Here we go. He hasn't got the seam quite right, but this time it just grips a little bit. Ed Smith looking to hit it to straight mid-wicket, which is probably the wrong area on reflection. Just got a leading edge and a simple catch to short extra cover.
In the air, it's safe. Good diving effort by Morris, with Parker tidying up.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, Charles, about you playing with a horizontal bat. You don't know whether it's going to bounce too much or too little. On that occasion it bounced a bit more than he anticipated. Very athletic fielding by young Mr. Morris. Can't be athletic when you're that age.
That's 4.
There, another one that's bounced a bit more, but he's got underneath that and sliced it nicely. It's quite a legitimate shot. There you go, you can watch him slice it upwards. He knows full well he's sitting that in the air, but he's more than happy to do so.
Oh, this could be tight. This could be very tight. Oh, he misses. Well, Wells called for the quick single. Ward did not really appear to be concentrating entirely on proceedings. Not a great deal of backing up going on there, I don't think. And if this had made contact, it would have been good night, Mr. Ward.
Yeah, it's poor backing up. Golden rule in backing up is that once the bowler lets go of the ball, you still keep moving. On that occasion, he stopped. Ouch.
Hamilton's a faller.
Be a bit painful if it hit him on that point of his boot where he's cut the ball out for his toe. Oh, it wasn't far off either. There are a few groans in the box from the former fast bowlers seeing that one.
And that's out. So Wells has gone, and that is the second Kent wicket to fall. And all of a sudden the pain in Hamilton's big toe has got a whole lot better.
Well, this was just quiet regulation, really. It's bounced, just seamed away. He's got a nice thick outside edge. Straight to Richard Blakey, and it all looked rather simple.
So Wells has gone. That's his last Sunday knock of the season, and he's gone for 10, and Kent has 74 for 2. This is Fisher. And Ward has just punched that one away for a single. So this was the end of Alan Wells. Regulation nick through to the keeper. Richard Blakey said thank you very much indeed. Wells gone for 10. That was 74 for 2.
Down the track by Trevor Ward, and one of his favourite strokes, clubbed away over extra cover for 4.
Trevor Ward here is a very aggressive player, doesn't like people to dictate. He just comes down the wicket slightly and just lofts it. One of his favourite shots for the spinners.
Out. Completely deceived in flight and turn. And Fisher gets his second wicket with some good bowling. Disappointment for Graham Cowdrey. Kent have lost their third wicket for 83.
Yes, Graham here. You know, he's not going to let people dictate to him. He's come down the wicket, looked to push it over the infield, and you know, he's just got deceived.
A bit of stumping by Blakey gets rid of Graham Cowdrey for 1, 83 for 3. New batsman is Nigel Long, left-hander. And he's there because Graham Cowdrey, well, just charged down the track and really was comprehensively beaten in both flight and by the turn, and was stranded halfway down the track. Never made an attempt to get back. Gave Richard Blakey a rather simple stumping. Edged and brilliantly caught. Magnificent catch by Lehmann. Been put in there 2 balls ago, and it's paid dividends for Yorkshire, Hamilton and Lehmann in particular.
Not so much the ball that's got Nigel out here, it's width. But that's a great catch by Lehmann. You know, he's plucked it out of the air.
Spectacular stuff by Lehmann in the field. Gets rid of Nigel Long for 1. 88 for 4 now, Kent. Mark Elam is the new batsman, doing his stretches and bends. He's at the non-striker's end, because Nigel Long was dismissed off the last ball of Hamilton's over with the aid of that spectacular effort at slip from Darren Lehmann. Brilliant catch. Catching pigeons at slip, Darren Lehmann. Out. Just the thinnest of nicks. Trevor Ward didn't want to go. There was a sort of resigned appeal from Yorkshire, as though they didn't really need to bother. Dickie Bird gave him out in the end, and Trevor Ward has gone now.
Every time Yorkshire bowlers got the ball in the right areas, it's caused difficulty for the batsman, and it's just shown Trevor's been in, he's got 40, and he's just came forward, slight movement straight to the keeper, and that's good bowling, that.
Good innings from Trevor Ward. He's gone for 41, but Kent are in trouble. They're 93 for 5. Matthew Fleming coming in at number 7 for Kent. A useful character to have coming in this situation. He's there because Trevor Ward has the thinnest of nicks through to Richard Blakey. Just hear it there, pick it up on the stump microphone. Ward didn't want to go. He's looked behind him. That's usually a telltale sign. There's a pursing of the lips, and unfortunately you've got to go. A utility player, Matthew Fleming, opened the batting on various occasions through the summer for Kent.
Yes.
That's the 100 up for Kent. First 50 came up in 57 balls. The second 50 has taken 87.
Well, that's a good shot. That's going to race away for 4. It's the first boundary since the 19th over. And once again, Mark Elam showing what a resourceful cricketer he is. Oh, he's bowled him! Now that could be a crucial breakthrough. Kent 122 for 6.
Well, Mark Elam looking to whip this away on the leg side. And he really plays all round it in the end. It's bowled middle and leg. The interesting thing, though, the turn. Now with the stump camera, that's pitching around about a couple of inches outside off stump, and that's spun through the gate. Turned quite a lot. Mark Elam's gone for 21. It's now 122 for 6. Paul Strang taking guard. He'll be watching this with interest. Been a wrist spinner. He'll get more response than the finger spinners. Could cause some problems.
Now the pressure's on Matthew Fleming. It's high in the air. Could be trouble. He's gone. Sidebottom takes the catch, and that's 7 down.
Well, Matthew Fleming's not going to be too happy with this. It's a short ball. He's just got a top edge, scooped it up in the air. Side bottom, judging the simplest of catches. Fleming's gone. Kent are in all kinds of trouble at 124 for 7.
Now, Ian, do you think this is the pitch? Do you think it's excellent bowling by Yorkshire, or is it Kent choking once again as they come towards the final hurdle?
Well, you never like to suggest that someone's choking, but you have to say that over the last few years they seem to do everything bar get over the last hurdle. And as they say in the game, you can then become accused of taking the gas. And you have to say that it's not a very good wicket, which I don't think will have helped. And then immediately you put doubts in your mind. But it's going to be very, very difficult. They know Steve Marsh, he's been around a long time, he'll be thinking, come on, let's get 30 or 40 runs. That's all we need. We've got 11 overs to do it nearly. Then we've got a chance.
Clubbed away by Strang, and effectively so too, for 4. It's going to be 4. And compromising thump through mid-on. And that's out. Hold out off the last ball. David Byas takes the catch. Kent finish on 185 for 8 from their 40 overs, and I would imagine they'll be pretty happy about that.
A little unfortunate for Paul Strang there. He's connected with quite a few. He's just picked out David Byas, and a very comfortable catch for bingo.
Last ball of the innings gives Ryan Sidebottom his first wicket in Sunday League cricket. Strang out for 36, and Kent 185 for 8.
Well, that total of 185 for 8 by Kent was certainly a lot better than it looked like at one stage. When Marsh and Strang came together, Kent were languishing at 124 for 7. But Strang and Marsh put on 61 for the 8th wicket and have certainly given Kent something to defend in the second half of this match. As for Yorkshire, well, they exploited a fairly indifferent pitch pretty well, and the pick of the bowlers for me were the slow left-arm spin of Ian Fisher, 2 for 23, good effort by him, and Gavin Hamilton's 3 for 30.
To give him his proper title, it's Dr. Julian Thompson. That's a good start by him, and a streaky start from McGrath. That gets him 4. Well, that could carry down to third man. Elam has just put it down. Hardest catches those that are sliced away off the top edge, and Elam's put it down. Gone. Picked up at backward point. Nigel Long, the catcher. McGrath's gone. Thompson's taken the wicket, and that may just settle the Kent nerves a little bit. Yorkshire are 14 for 1.
Well, it's there to hit. He doesn't get on top of it. Hits it in the air. Hits it pretty well. And Nigel Long makes the catch pretty straightforward, but believe me, square of the wicket and hit with that power, that's a hard catch to take, and he does well. Desmond McGrath goes for 9. It's 14 for 1.
Yorkshire's overseas player Darren Lehmann, the Australian left-handed batsman, in at number 3. 27 years of age, had a wonderful season for Yorkshire, has been retained as their overseas player for next year in place of Michael Bevan. And he's there because Anthony McGrath has hammered at Nigel Long. It's going to be 4. No slip in. And we've been talking about the merits of having a slip. Vaughan profiting from the lack of the slip fielder. Pulled away by Vaughan, he's not middled it. There's going to be all sorts of trouble here. Well, if that had hit, Vaughan was struggling as it is. He's picked up an extra run and got 4. Michael Vaughan on 16, Darren Lehmann on 7. Yorkshire 33 for 1. And a change in the commentary box. Graham Fowler is with Charles Colbert.
Alan Nicholson continues and is dispatched. No other word for it. Smashed down the ground for 4. Paul Strang. Or is it? He's wearing Ben Phillips' sweater. Obviously got a bit of an identity crisis, the Zimbabwean leg spinner, but I can assure you that is Paul Strang. Great shot. Terrific shot. And that's flicked away as well. These are dangerous moments for Kent. They want to win this match and lift the Sunday League. They've got to break this partnership and break it fast. It's going to be more runs. The 5th is up. And Yorkshire are beginning to work themselves into a position of some strength here. And that's going to be 4. In the air, but over the top, but away for 4. Vaughan's on 36, but Lehmann's the danger man for my money. He's the one they want out. Again, it's in the air, straight down the ground, 4 more. "13 off the over, not what Kent needed. Well, that one he smeared for 4 over mid-wicket.
That's 4 more. I'm not sure it's the best example of fielding a game we've seen from the Kent team. Julian Thompson down there in the sweep. And Steve Marsh is starting to look a little frustrated and haggard. Well, that is a magnificent shot. That's as good a shot as we've seen all day. Vaughan on 59, and that was a fine delivery, and he did well to keep it out in the end. And at the end of that over, it is now 126 for 1. Well, he's clubbed that, and that's 4 more. There'll be one other interested party watching this game, Paul, very closely, Matthew Hayden down at Hampshire. Because with that boundary, he's now only 24 runs away. Apart from winning this game, he's also picking up the bonus for being the highest run scorer in the Sunday League, Darren Lehmann, and that would bring him an extra £5,000. Well, now we are just taking the Michael. I mean, what other word is there to describe this shot? Total confidence. Well, that has been given out, but I have to say My immediate reaction was that was going to go way down the leg side.
Well, can this give Kent a little bit of heart? Can it get them back into the game? Michael Vaughan judged LBW. I think this is going down. Gary Mayer has one look at it as it happens, and he's given Michael Vaughan out LBW for 49, 139 for 2.
There's a big shout for that one as well. Now, that one, to me, looked a little closer than the one that was given. Now, that is a fine catch. Going across David Bias. Steve Marsh struggling with sore fingers and a thumb. Still manages to hang on to that.
Splendid piece of keeping, this. Got two hands to it. That's the key. And making Matthew Fleming a happy boy as well. Exceptional catch from Steve Marsh behind the stumps. And David Bias, Yorkshire's captain, has gone for naught. Yorkshire are 140 for 3 now.
Bradley Parker, the new batsman, Yorkshire. And this is the reason he's at the crease.
Splendid catch by the Kent captain to dismiss the Yorkshire captain.
And that's going to be out. Oh, goodness gracious, that's not being given.
Well, Dickie Bird's not given that. All the Kent players think that that was out. Steve Marsh, I don't think, is too impressed with that. There's definite noise here. And you can see Parker, I think he looked back nervously. He was almost on his way. Fleming thinks he's got the wicket, but he hasn't.
Well, there's a clear noise there, and I think the reaction of the fielders tell you everything. One thing's for sure, Bradley Parker will learn a few new words out there.
Matthew Fleming cannot believe it.
That's a terrific shot, straight down the ground. Forlorn chase. And that's flown away for 4, wide of mid-on. Right, now that single means that there are 4 balls left in the over. And how will Parker play it? 18 needed to win. 12 of those need to go to Lehmann if Lehmann's going to get the highest scorer in the Sunday League. Well, I'm not entirely sure Bradley Parker's read the script.
Well, he hasn't turned into Stonewall Jackson. Maybe they're unaware of it. I can't believe that they don't know that if Darren Lehmann gets to 90, then he's going to pick up £5,000. Because they'll have the teletext in the dressing room, and surely somebody should be telling them. But he's run down the wicket and smashed it.
Oh, goodness gracious me, that's gone miles. That's 6, big 6. Parker's got 35 runs out of a partnership of 43. And that's it. It's the end for Kent. Their dreams, I think, are over. This game's dead and buried. Yorkshire have won. And Kent will now just have to troop off sadly and tune in to what's happening down at Birmingham, because if Warwickshire win the game down there, Warwickshire will be Sunday League champions.
So in the end, Yorkshire won it at a canter by 7 wickets and with 10 overs and 2 balls to spare. Lehmann was magnificent, 78 not out.